Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Genshin Impact lovers and haters, and welcome back to Durin's Drip Marketing Coverage Series Extraordinaire. Excuse me. It's like 1:30 a.m. right now. It is actually Thanksgiving morning, technically. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But either way, I'm extremely tired. I'm late doing this because I was out all day meandering and doing stuff, which further added to my tiredness, and I worked today. But I couldn't delay this any longer because we have to talk about Durin and cover him, which I think won't be long. It's probably going to be two videos because he's not a big character. But I also kind of want to talk about something else. Now, I'm going to hope I'm cohesive enough during this whole thing to make sense. If I'm not, I apologize. Like I keep saying, it's late and I'm tired. But this is where I feel like it's pertinent to say my opinions, as we often do, not just about Durin, but about the game in general, because I feel like aside from the special program reviews that I do, aka just reactions to the whole thing, there's not really much I do with Genshin. I used to make like one-off videos just complaining about the game, and that's kind of what we're gonna do in a little bit, potentially. But we'll see how far we get into it. I do want to do Durin first, though. But Durin is going to lead into the other topic afterward. But let's talk about Durin and kind of touch on the topic. So, we can't really talk about Durin without talking about my opinions here. So, I am not that excited about Durin. Now, Durin is a long-time character. Obviously, he's had a lot of build up, I would say. And he's decently hyped, I think. I don't know the community sentiment, but I actually really like his design, his look, and I guess his personality. I don't think there's much of a personality, but maybe that's part of the character's I don't want to say gimmick, but maybe that's part of just, their plan for the character. Because as we've seen in the lore, Durin gets built up, and I still think he has some more building to do. Now, obviously, he's been a little bit important in the lore so far, especially dealing with the main big baddie in Nodcry so far. But we'll see where he goes from here, because I feel like the sky's the limit, and they could do a lot with him, or they could do nothing. Who knows? But this is where we have to talk, as we usually do, about his gameplay, his meta, his visuals, his lore, and his competition. So, and I guess just the game in general. But we'll start with the easiest topic here, which I guess is his visuals. Visually, character design wise, I think he's great. I think many just Hoyo characters in general, not just in Genshin, but just Hoyo in general, they know how to make their characters. They know how to make good designs. I think there's no issue with that. And I either like it or I don't, but it's rare that I will say it's a lazy, boring design with not much going on. They usually put decent enough effort into that. So design wise, I actually do like him too. He looks a little on the emo boy side, but I like that. I like that aesthetic. He has a nice crystal heart. He's a little dark. Very cool, very lore connected as well, with his connection to I forgot what the dragon's name is. Is it actually Durin? I think it's Durin. The sad part is, in the small time, which it should have been forever, but in the small time that I left Genshin back in the day, that's where I actually missed what is regarded as one of the best quests that story limited, aka limited time quest, which was the one with Albedo. But either way, this is kind of connected to that, and obviously Durin had a role in the story, like we said already. But lore wise, I really hope they don't forget him because he seems like he's getting built up. Like I said, his character is developing. But this is where, visually, from a kit perspective, I actually think he's kind of lacking. Now, this is where I think Genshin's just showing their age, and it's going to be no surprise to anyone that I've been saying Nodcry is the best region so far, if you've seen my other videos. And I still stand by that. Nodcry is the best region thus far, IMO. Story-wise, it's going crazy. Update-wise, obviously it's going crazy, but that's because they're literally building upon the blocks they've already built on. It's like a Lego set. You keep building up. And they're not starting from the beginning. So Nodcry, in a way, should be the best gameplay-wise, but also story-wise. Now, this is where Durin really, I don't want to say opened my eyes, he just kind of reminded me what Genshin really is. And this is where I want to bring up the video, and I kind of plan to do this at the end, but we're kind of already getting into it. I wanted to bring up this video by Glaive Keo. Now, I don't know if people know this creator. I don't really know him either. I'm not even sub to him. But he makes a lot of good points, and people are basically ripping him apart as if there's like, you know, misinformation and a lot of shit. But basically, he's going over the new version, the version that Durin's in. Now, again, we'll describe this a little bit more later because I do want to react to Durin first. But let's just say that Durin's visuals kind of launched a snowball effect in my mind, saying, wait a minute, his visuals are kind of whatever. And this is where Genshin is showing its age, right? And again, despite Notcry being the best in a lot of ways, it's still Genshin at the end of the day. So Durin's kit visually, I think, is okay. His ult is kind of cool that it has like, you know, two little different ult visuals depending on what he does, because his whole gimmick is he has basically two options he could do for his kit. He could, I believe, buff himself, or he could really just buff others. It really depends. Now, granted, most of the time you're probably going to buff others because he's a sub DPS like off fielder, which I wouldn't say is completely new in Genshin. Obviously, we have Fischl, the age-old queen from version 1. But, you know, he's a long time coming, and he's going to be probably really good, at least for the patch he's out. Who knows how long he's going to be good, because I don't believe he is lunar reaction related, but who knows. But he's a new reaction related, which is Hexerai, I believe. But again, we're going to talk about all this. But let's just say again, this spawned a very deep thought in my head, and it kind of gave me a genesis. It gave me a reminder of like, man, I really remember Genshin is really kind of shit. But we'll go over that. Before I say anything else and go in this little like rabbit hole, let's actually just see his little character teaser here, and let's react to that, because I might not be too nice to him so far. But let's take a look. Ooh.
Mom,
oh.
This is my first letter to you since I started learning.
Also, I'm gonna be honest, his voice reminds me so much of Mika. He really, really reminds me of Mika, and I hope he doesn't stay like that. I hope his personality evolves as time goes on, because he's too shy right now, which is, you know, it's fair. It's fair to be shy in the lore where he's at. He's a new boy. He's like Pinocchio, but he cannot stay like this. It reminds me so much of Mika.
Learning how to write.
Oh, he's learning. Wait, he has a scratch on him. What the? Dude, his outfit is so cool. Oh, is that Klee? He's not a human. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. This is not how they hunt. Oh my!
She told me, after using the technique, you have to do at least one day of self-reflection.
Yo, him learning from Klee is hilarious.
To be even more prepared for...
Also, one thing I forgot to say, one thing that I do appreciate with Durin is he's basically an excuse to return to Mondstadt. And if you like Mondstadt, great. If you don't, maybe not so great.
Next time.
Oh, that's so cute!
Here,
nah, this is amazing.
Spot to take a nap can be quite a
oh yeah, something happened to him. Is that from the Dodoko explosion?
Cat wasn't happy I trespassed on his territory.
Oh, is he sleeping in public? His minions?
Being human comes with another challenge. Something called socializing.
Yo, I struggle with this one too. Look at me, I'm a content creator.
An indispensable part of it.
Oh nah. He's learning from these two clowns, these three clowns?
Alcohol is even
Isn't he too young?
than the potions in your stories.
He's too young. I hate alcohol too.
I'm not ready to face yet.
Oh, Delu gave him some juice. Ooh, that shit looks good.
I feel so lucky to be here.
I love his design, man. I really like his design. Wait, he's in the fucking, oh my god, he's in the Imaginarium Theater. Which makes sense, because he's very directly related to the Hexen Circle. You know, lo and behold, he's a part of Hexerai, but we'll get into that.
And there are so many places left to explore.
That looks so hot. I love this star-like theme. See, he's so hopeful. Wait, if only what? She was alive still?
If only...
Oh, they're making it sad. Dude, the graphics actually look so good here. What the fuck?
All done with your homework?
Oh! Who's that, Lisa? MILF Lisa? Oh! Oh!
How thoughtful.
Yo, she could be his mom.
Ready to send it out?
Ooh.
But my mom is...
Yo, they're so nice to him. Despite letting him get mauled by
In
cats.
Mondstadt, We believe our loved ones are never lost to us.
Yeah, don't worry, they'll
They're
be
still
rollable
out there,
eventually.
just beyond the stars.
Oh yeah, and Celestia, the region one day
All
that we're
you
gonna
have
get
to do
to.
is make a heartfelt wish, and your letter can make it.
Yeah, Venti will send it.
Shh. It only works if you believe.
But this is like teaching him about
Maybe a
Santa
wish
Claus.
is its own kind of
Oh,
magic.
he liked that. Okay. God, his eyes look so fucking cool. Yeah, this music's kind of nice too. Ooh. This one looks so special because that little star. Watashi wa star. Is that the end? That'd be a good ending. Oh, it's magic! Whoa! If only Genshin was as magical, man. It was when it first came out because we didn't know like what good was. Now we do. But either way, so that's the trailer. Honestly, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Now, it's not going to stop me from kind of eviscerating him in the game soon, but it was a good trailer. It was very cute. I think it touched on a lot of great lore points, kind of showing his lore off. I love the little paper thing they're going for. Oh my god, it's so fucking cute. And I just love how like it's showing his like struggle, but he's struggling a little bit. I don't know why he's getting mauled by the wildlife, but I hope they're housing him. And it looks like they are kind of taking care of him. So, Mondstadt being Mondstadt. Whoopi, great, very wholesome, very cool, very happy. We believe in Santa Claus again, even though it's Thanksgiving today. Regardless, though, this is where to go into the further topic I really wanted to talk about, which I guess we'll combine it, like I said, with this character teaser reaction, is just Genshin in general. And again, basically the whole thing, and I've been saying this for forever. I'm just going to reference this creator here, Glaive Keo, because he kind of said the overall theme, and a lot of people eviscerated him, right? But this is basically touching on a lot of the updates in version, I believe 6.2, which is coming out now, which Durin is a part of. Basically, there's a lot of new features. There's the new Hexerai buffs, where if you use certain Mondstadt characters that are, I guess, just picked for whatever reason, because I guess they're older, they need buffs, even though Official's in there. If you use them with another Hexerai character, it's basically like its own elemental resonance, where they kind of just get buffed. And excuse me, even though we're not going to go fully over this guy's video, because he was, I think, wrong about some things, the general sentiment is this, right? Genshin, and I always say this, and Durin kind of reminded me of this too. Genshin has always improved, but the main point that this guy makes that I think is 1000% true, and if people argue this, they're just arguing to argue, and they're honestly stupid. I'm sorry, but they are. This is where the Genshin community is so, and it's obviously not everyone, they're so die-hard on defending the game and defending the practices of the game, where either they have their heads in the sand like ostriches, where they don't know what's going on around them, or they don't care, and they like kind of eating shit, and they're defending the billion-dollar company that keeps feeding them shit, or they're just mental. Because I will be straight up honest, aside from the artifact substat that it shows you before you level, I can't really say many things that Genshin has over its competitors, even in its own shit. And this is where, again, even in this video, they kind of, faulted him for that. They said, like, oh yeah, one of the things he talked about, which is just under the general theme of Genshin does half-baked measures. And again, I've always said this, but one of the things he mentioned was, oh yeah, they have a new system where instead of going into the menu to claim your, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically if you don't do dailies, if you do other stuff that uses resin, you could claim that as dailies with the special resource that you need to grind for. Instead of going into the Adventurer's Handbook and turning that in, and then going to Catherine and turning the rest in, you just go to Catherine and do it all at once. Now, yes, is this an improvement? Absolutely. But unlike all the other gachas, especially in the modern day, you don't need to go anywhere. Now, allegedly, the argument that at least he put forth is that this is for immersion in the world. Bull fucking shit. It's for nonsense. This is where, again, other modern gachas, even their own other gachas, we're not talking about Impact Third, Star Rail and Zenless, you do your dailies, you give them in wherever you are, it's easy, it's only like 1 or 2 clicks, and that's it, you're done, you don't need to go anywhere. In Genshin, you do, and again, this is a small thing we're arguing, but it's quality of life, and this is where, yeah, they made it so you don't have to go into the handbook. You could just hand everything into Catherine. But going to Catherine is annoying and there's no reason for it. You can still go if you want to. But there's literally no downside to being able to claim it wherever you want. I mean, at that point, why would anyone claim it at Catherine? And that's my whole point. But that's part of the larger point of Genshin does half-baked measures. And people were arguing, oh yeah, well in Wuthering Waves, it took them 2 years to fix how you gain echoes or whatever. And they're bringing up all these other games. Well, number one, they're relating two things that are completely different. He's talking about claiming your dailies, not doing your dailies, because they were arguing, oh yeah, in Wuthering, your dailies take longer to do. Sure, maybe that's a problem with Wuthering, but at least I can claim them whenever. And honestly, Wuthering dailies do not take that long. I know it, I play Wuthering daily. But regardless, I don't want to get too caught up on those small details here. I want to go over the big arching ideas, which is that Wuthering, even though they faulted, improved it in 2 years. Yeah, 2 years is a long time. Genshin's running on fucking 5, and it still hasn't improved basic things that its other gachas are doing. And again, either these players have not played their other gachas, or they just don't care because they're mental and they want to die on this hill. But regardless, Genshin in so many ways seems to almost get the good parts, because Jesus Christ, this weapon banner is fucking horrible. The weapon banner is terrible. Wutherings is straight up better, but we're not even going to compare it to Wutherings. We'll compare it to, again, Zenless and Star Rail, which there's pity that's transferable. In Genshin, there's no pity that's transferable. And it boggles my mind. It truly boggles my mind how this game makes the most money, usually, out of the three, even though it's arguably the worst. Not in story, not in lore, because honestly, I think Zenless is the worst with that, but that's personal preference. Although I think a lot of people would agree with me. But this is where just by the systems and the updates and everything, it's terrible. The resin system, horrible. The daily system, horrible. The grinding system, how you can only do it for a couple days, horrible. In the other games, you can grind for anything you want on any day. In Genshin, yeah, they improved it. You could do any material you want for the first 7 days of a character's release, but after that, you're shit out of luck. Why are they doing this half-baked measure? It does not make sense. But regardless, this is where to bring it back to Durin. This kind of reminded me of, or he kind of reminded me of all this bullshit because a lot of people praise this update 6.2 as very good. And again, is it improving from previous? Yes. Is it at a standard it should be, especially compared to its peers? No, absolutely not. This Hexerai like buff thing, which, you know, again, this creator went over where it's like, oh yeah, you need to use Albedo and another certain character from Mondstadt. I don't think Albedo fits well into Geo teams, and I don't think it's necessarily bad that he's gonna be paired with someone like Fischl or someone else. I think it's actually probably really good anyway, and you're gonna do it anyway. Or maybe if you won't, I don't know. Maybe it's still gonna be good. But this is where what he's saying is yes, it's better than before, but it's still restrictive. It's still not what should be done. Now, this is again where Durin comes in, and a lot of people are excited about Durin, I'm assuming, and Durin is going back to a really good thing in the lore. And again, even in version 6.2, or in the preview program, they showed Alice, they showed Nicole, big characters in the lore that we're waiting to see. And even though I don't think it's a coincidence they showed up now, I think this was honestly very like planned ahead of time. This is where they're waving these things in front of us, even though it's only Durin. And Durin, again, just me personally, his visuals in the game just look lackluster, and it just really shows that Genshin's just kind of old with its shit. Is it decent for Genshin standards? Yeah, sure, I guess, but we got motherfucking animations in Starl that go fucking nuts to butts action. Zenless, I would honestly say, is kind of similar in terms of animation to Genshin, but it just looks so much better because the combat animations are just so much cooler. When I look at everything else and I see Genshin, and Durin just really reminded me of this with his visuals, because that's honestly where most of this started, and slightly his lore, because we're going so much back to Mondstadt, and I got reminded of Alice and Nicole. It's just so bad when you compare it to other things and you look at it in the common era. Is it good by Genshin standards? Sure, maybe. But in general, and it really sucks because it's kind of impacting my like loving of Nodcry now. It's really terrible. Where it's just like, man, Nodcry, yeah, the story's good, but it's like the rest of the game really sucks and it really feels like shit. Now, hopefully I'm wrong because I'm been very wrong before with certain characters, but I feel like because I'm at guarantee and I'm very close to getting whatever character I want. If I want to get him, I think I get him in the next 10, 20 rolls. So I can easily get Durin. But again, the game is still very restrictive towards the new lunar element, the new lunar reactions. Which, granted, it was like that in Atlan too with I forgot the fucking energy system they use. The phlogiston, you know, the flag mechanic and everything. And now it was the same thing, but I feel like it's even more restrictive in Nodcry. And again, they've improved the game, but it's half measures, and it's honestly sometimes so annoying. Now, ultimately, I always say this in the beginning, I'm still a Genshin hater. As much as I do like Durin, and sure, I might get him, I really want to get Columbina, but because I've missed every other Nodcry character, I'm basically gonna break my fucking account and not cry because of this shit. If I do get her, so I might just skip her and get ready for Shiznaya. Who knows? Maybe I'll wait for Alice. Maybe I'll wait for Varka. Maybe I'll wait for Nicole because they all seem to be not a part of the Nodcry region in terms of lunar reactions, but who knows? But Durin, unfortunately for him, kind of pissed me off and made me kind of rant about this whole thing. Kind of separate from his trailer, too. Again, his trailer is great. His lore is great. As long as his character progresses, I think his character's great, but his visual gameplay is just terrible looking. It looks so lackluster and not much is going on. Almost similar, and I might get hanged for this, almost similar to Skirk. Nearly similar to Skirk. Because Skirk, and you could say this is just a case of like too high expectations. But again, expectations in other games like Zenless and Star Rail are usually met. Genshin, at least for me, they're not met. And again, maybe that's just me, I don't know, but I'm sure the people who actually have a good head on their shoulders and are aware and cognizant of what else is out there will agree with me. Because that's usually how it goes. The Genshin community is so toxic and so up their own fucking asses. But granted, I am too because I'm still playing this game. But either way, this is where it's like, man, it's just horrible that like he was the catalyst to remind me why I hate the game again. But like I said, I'm still on it. I'm still going to be on it until God knows when. Hopefully, I can gather the strength and either A, get lucky and get all the Nodcry characters on rerun, or B, just skip Columbina because she's going to basically buff all of them and I have none of them. And then we'll be ready for Shiznaya where hopefully they'll improve the game, but that's copium because they won't because they do this shit every fucking time. And I'm just pissed and I wanted to rant about it because Darren reminded me of it. Either way, that's going to be it. That's going to be the reaction. Hope everyone enjoyed. Please tell me your opinions below if you have any. And this might get saucy and heated, but who knows. But either way, I like Darren himself. It's just, man, he reminded me this game sucks. Either way, hope everyone enjoyed. If you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/Technics channel.